Alright, guys. Here we are. Time for the showdown. Let's see, it should be... When are we starting here? Right now, we've got exactly 16 players. Look at that. Perfect for a bracket. We're going to go ahead and get started here. And then I think we're just going to hop into the first tournament that is available here. Or the first one where everybody's joined. So these are the pairings, guys. If you can't see, you should have access to this just on your Dueling Book site. What's going on, guys? Yeah, you should have access to this bracket just on your guys' own, so you can see who your opponent is. I think you can like right click or go in and message them. Or go to their profile on Dueling Book, sorry, and then message them. And somebody host, somebody join, and then you guys can play. Don't forget to not turn off watching, otherwise I think I can't watch it from this screen. But there's no time limits, so take as much time as you need to get your matches going. We're just gonna hop into the first match that everybody's got their stuff up and running. Let's see how long that takes. Here we go, Hexy and Dottish, ready to go here. Let's get it on. First match, let's see, we got to get our opponents in here. Already in the top 16, very impressive, guys, technically. We'll do Dottish, and then we've got Hexy here at the bottom. Opponent's not on Dueling Book, don't worry, he'll show up, I'm sure. Keep track, let us know if it's been like 10 minutes and he's still not messaging you, and then you can go and get the match win for that. So he's got 10 minutes to show up. But I've actually not kept up that much with this meta because Halo Infinite dropped and I've been playing a ton of Halo Infinite. But what's up, Nightblader? So we've got magnets here. I'm gonna assume that this is Shadow Reborn. I don't want to believe that people are still playing Twisted Personality, but we'll see. It is Rhoda. It could be TP Warriors. Maybe someone found a way to make it work. 2 back row plus, I missed what he added, but I'm assuming he added a magnet here. And I missed which magnet he added. Down comes Exile Force. He did not allow his opponent to respond to summon, but that is fine. He didn't have anything and immediately tributes Exile Force for cost. Pops the beta, Metaverse comes out, that's going to be grabbing their field spell. Doesn't activate it, adds it to the hand, okay. I don't think it matters at all, but... there you go. Interesting, Dottish didn't set anything. Does he just have a handful of monsters? He also did not flip up his skill, which does confirm that this is Shadow Reborn. Twisted Personality must be flipped up at the start of the duel. I forgot that, as do many Twisted Personality players. Down comes Delta, dumping a Gamma, so he has got Gamma and Beta in the grave. And then he's also going to use the field spell to special summon this Beta on the field. Delta and Beta are going to be 33, so Dottish is going to be left with 700 here. Now, luckily, Shadow Reborn was not nerfed in the way the Inner Conflict was. Inner Conflict was nerfed so that the skill costs 2,000 life points to activate. Shadow Reborn did not receive that treatment. It still only costs half your life points. So it doesn't matter how much life points you have, you can still activate the skill. So... it looks like all he has to special summon here, though, is an Exiled Force. Luckily. Shadow Reborn will be hit eventually, too. Because Inner Conflict's basically Change of Heart, and then Shadow Reborn is basically Monster Reborn, and I don't think you can have a very, like, healthy game with those skills existing. Inner Conflict sucks now. Like, I don't think anybody ran it in the most recent winner box. But it will be good again, I think, if we ever get synchros in the game, because it doesn't say anything about not being able to tune off the monster that you take. You can't tribute it or attack with it. So Inner Conflict's probably on the shelf until the synchro era. But Shadow Reborn, this is basically just Monster Reborn. Pay half your life, right? At the skill main phase, pay half your life, special summon a monster from either player's graveyard, but you don't take battle damage that turn. And he does pay half his life to get out the Exiled Force. Man, what is his hand? He's stuck with 3 cards in the hand again. Was able to use Breaker, though, to get rid of the field spell. Beta is bigger than Breaker, though, now, without that counter, so he's going to take 100 here. This back row needs to be something, or he needs to have a Sphere Kuriboh. It is something. It's a Zoma. Hexy can crash into it. He has enough life. He is. He's already preemptively subtracting the life. Doesn't even redeclare its attack. Turn from change of heart to mind control. Yep, true. I don't think it'll see much use in GX, but I think it'll be good again when we get Synchros, because you can still use that monster to tune off with your tuner. Sets a monster and passes his turn. What is stuck in his hand? I wonder if he'll show us before this game ends here. Command Knight, though. Oh, no. Big booty. None of his monsters can get overhit. He needs to, does he have to wait for a field spell to get over this? Are magnets actually this, like, volatile? What are you gonna do against the Command Knight in defense mode magnets? Dottish setting a card. He's only set one card this duel. This is his second set. Yep, could just be a command lock win angle. Hexy has less cards. Oh man, how depressing is this magnet deck? To just, oh no, not a single Command Knight. My one weakness. Hexy, wait, another exiled force. Once the Delta gone, before a third magnet goes into that grave, because Delta's effect. Let's see if I can like get this over here. Yep. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish 3 level 4 or lower magnet warriors to special summon a Valkyria from your hand or deck. So he wants the he wants the Delta in the grave when there's only 2 magnet warriors, so he won't get that Valkyria on effect. Of course, once Hexy sees the field spell, he can simply reborn the Delta back onto the field. But Hexy's waiting. I wonder how many metaverses and field spells he runs. We know he doesn't have 1 metaverse and 1 magnet field, so at best he has 4 left in the deck. Set pass. Up comes Zoma. Probably just leave it in defense mode. It's a little risky to attack. He has 250 life. If he swings with the Zoma into something really funky like Shrink or like Skill Successor or something, he literally loses the game. Reposition. There's the Command Knight lock, though. Both these Command Knights are now at 2,000. Hexy's still waiting on his field spell. Doesn't see it. Isn't summoning a monster, too. Interesting. I guess he doesn't have Delta either. And he's waiting for a field spell to get back Delta or to normal summon a Delta. He has Freed, okay. Any spell effects will be negated that target him. And during his draw phase, instead of drawing a card randomly off the top of the deck, he can add a level 4 lower warrior from the deck to the hand. This is basically Shadow Reborn Command Knight. Honestly, I wanted to run a deck like this, not with like Freed or anything, but abusing Command Knight lock just to see if it works. And Shadow Reborning back Command Knight, normal summon Command Knight, boom, Command Knight lock. SPA running around has some people not running books, but we'll see. Taking the risk, Freed into beta. This could be a metaverse angle. Maybe he's sitting on a metaverse. Auto win, true. I like rookies, but I like Rook too. Unfortunately, he's out of town, so I have to host the Showdown this week. Hexy was thinking on something there, though, before letting that beta go to the grave. Swaps the beta to defense. Sets a monster. 3 back row, not activating any. What a funky game. Let's see though. Dottish 250 life. Can Hexy find a way to do the last bit of Chich damage to take game 1? Should actually keep the Discord up just to make sure nobody's having any issues. All right, well, there you go. Hexy admits defeat, has nothing. I'm actually kind of surprised, but we'll see if he has anything in the side. Man, I love running this through Dueling Book. Technically, people don't even need to post their match results because Dueling Book keeps track of all that. Dueling Book literally automates and does everything. It's fantastic. Hexy already done siding Doddish, thinking what he wants. What is this? Oh, is Doddish Odd Toxin? I literally had no idea. Thinking on what he wants to side. Yeah, you can handle all that, Nightblader. Send him a sloop. Oh, he is, okay. Alright. Good, that makes it easy. There was only like a handful of people who signed up where I didn't know who they were, which means I would have to like contact them through Dueling Book and not through Discord. And Doddish was one of them, so now I know that that's you, Toxin, so I don't have to... It's one less person down. Dude, I was thinking about paying people for the Speed Duel League series, because it was like a 10-hour commitment. So I was thinking about like, oh dude, do I just like pay people like 50 or 100 bucks or something to like judge for the event so I can like just focus on commentating and streaming it? But I don't know, we'll see. Speaking of the Speed Duel League series, I was gonna host it this December, but I think I'm gonna host it January or February, actually, because I wanted to send off the format. And I had so many things planned, but then I realized like Christmas, I want to host the Speed Duel League series on a Saturday, but the 25th and the 1st are both on a Saturday this year. Christmas and New Year's. So the earliest that I could host it would be December 18th, and I wanted the Speed Duel League series to send off the format. But if it's being hosted on December 18th, there's still 2 months left in the format. So it's not really sending off the format. So I was like, fuck, dude, what do I do? So I'm probably gonna host it late January, early February instead. But I'll have a surprise for it that should hopefully make up for that. I ain't paying you shit, Tetra. You're a terrible judge. Let's see. Yeah, I can't believe the GX box didn't come out this year. I was really like, they made the announcement and it was like super hype, and then you do the math and it's like, oh, that's 6 months from now. The box comes out. They were like, GX box coming to Speed Duels, and everybody got hyped and then realized that it was a 6-month wait. Oh my gosh, I don't know what happened. Well, okay. So we are just setting double Rhoda. Triple Rhoda. Is Magnets just gonna get stalled out here? It's a wild speed. Down comes the XL Force. He is going to activate it here to hit the set Magnet Warrior. Yeah, it's Gamma. Definitely could have figured that one out. Just the most likely Magnet Warrior that they said. It's got the biggest defense. Up comes one Command Knight. Now he asks good. Doesn't ask response normal summoning the XL Force, but will ask for response normal summoning the Command Knight. It's just funny. Or ironic, I guess. But there's the Command Knight lock yet again. Hasn't used the Shadow Reborn, so even if one of these Command Knights goes down, he will be able to get it back. Both these Command Knights have 2,000 attack right now due to their stacking effects, both giving them 400 attack each. Metaverse in the in phase adds the Magnetic Field. He has a Gamma in the grave, potentially has a Delta in the hand here. He's got 5 cards. Usually they have 3 Deltas in the deck. Down comes that Delta, dumping. What are we dumping? Alpha, so he has Alpha, Gamma, Beta, and Delta between his field and graveyard. There's the field spell, brings out the Gamma. Currently, though, none of these Magnet Warriors can attack, but there's a Book of Moon to set one of the Command Knights, breaking the loop, which means that now all 3 of these Magnet Warriors can attack. One gets sphered, don't tell me he's gonna swing into 3 spheres. Delta 2 spheres. Does he have a 3rd sphere Karibo? Now this Command Knight would kill this Gamma if he swings it. Gamma's only 15, this Command Knight is 16. Hexy banging on his keyboard right now. Might have accidentally popped up some keys. He's got to put them back in place. He chooses to swing into the set Command Knight. Okay. That will at least save his 3rd sphere. He had it. He's got triple Rhoda, triple Sphere. What an outplay. All 3 magnets in defense. Here comes Shadow Reborn, meaning Hexy will not take battle damage this turn. Is it all damage or battle? It's just battle damage, okay. That'll get back the Exiled Force, which he will probably be tributing here. Is that for a tribute summon? Yes, it is. Freed. He can flip up this Command Knight. All 3 of these monsters will be bigger than all 3 of these monsters. One will get bounced, though, on the field spell. I believe he gets to choose which one. At the end of the damage step, another Knock Control. You can, yeah, he will get to pick which one he wants to bounce. Toxin actually not going to attack. Realize he doesn't need to. He can just sit on this. None of these monsters. Oh no, but he can't. Santa Claus comes down and will tribute one of the Command Knights. I don't think he was expecting Santa Claus. Santa Claus is a very interesting tech for magnets because they can recycle it here. If Hexy wants to swing a Magnet Warrior into the Santa Claus, it will bounce the Santa Claus and it'll go back to Hexy's hand, which means he basically has spot removal for the rest of the game if he wants it. It will cost a good amount of life points here. I believe he wants to swing the beta. We'll see. Nope, he wants the beta into the Command Knight. I don't think he can attack this. No. Yeah, he has to choose either Santa Claus or Freed. You cannot attack. Opponent cannot target this card for attacks, so long as he controls another monster. Magnetic Field, yeah. Let's see. Does this... I don't think this targets. Because doesn't this only negate any spell effect that targets this card? So I don't think he'll stop the field spell. I would imagine he swings into the Santa Claus, but... I mean, he does need to get rid of the Freed. He's gonna have to... It'll probably come down to what these 3 cards are. Which one he wants to... Because if he doesn't bounce the Santa Claus, Oddish gets to draw 2 cards. Cosmic Cyclone on the field spell. That's going to cost Toxin 1,000 life, but it's probably going to end up way worse for Hexy. He's not going to get to bounce the Santa Claus. He'll get the double draw. And without the field spell, all 3 of these... 2 of the Magnet Warriors can be killed this turn. Looks like he's not going to. He's going to keep one of the Command Knights in defense mode. Hexy still has enough life, though, if he sees another field spell to start making some bounce plays. Freed over Delta. Does Hexy have a Sphere Karibo? He's thinking here. That or he's lagging. I don't know. That was kind of a long thing. I don't know if he's bluffing Sphere Karibo or if he actually was thinking on spearing that attack. No worries, no worries. So let's see. Hexy, he swaps his magnets in defense, which I think just signals he doesn't have anything to go aggressive with here. Oddish at 1,000 life. We saw 1 Cyclone, so Oddish could potentially have multiple Cyclones in his deck, which would be dead at this point. It is a Metaverse that he flips up. He's going to be activating the magnetic field. This attack will continue, which means this Freed will be getting bounced here, regardless of what happens to the beta. So beta goes down, Freed is removed off the field. Hexy will be able to bounce one of these monsters next turn. And we'll see what he wants to do. He's only got 2,100 life to work with here. What's up, Paolo? You can ask it in the Judge channel if you want. That might be faster. Or you can ask it here in the Twitch channel. Oh, you asked me it in the Discord? Can you respond? I see 1 responding to the effect of Night Assailant. Looks like it's already been... If it's the Night Assailant question, it looks like they're already handling it. So let's see here. Hexy, they're in the end phase. Is Hexy thinking on something, or is... Doddish thinking on something. What's going on? What is going on? This is Toxin's end phase. What is Hexy thinking about? If he was just viewing his graveyard, I don't know if he's lagged out. Okay, Toxin was thinking, okay. I think he clicked in phase and not in turn. But that's fine. Okay. So there was no thinking there. Hexy's got the field spell. He can only bounce one of these monsters. The field spell bounce is once per turn. So who is he going to want to bounce here? He can bounce this Santa Claus back to his hand, which could potentially be used to stop a Command Knight lock the following turn. Or he can bounce the Command Knight. So Beta and Insanity wants the Santa Claus bounce. That's going to be 800 coming out of Hexy here. Santa goes back to Hexy's hand as he is the owner. See what Toxin wants to do. Santa may also play another role here where if Hexy drops Santa, it'll force Toxin to... Actually, no, it's optional. Never mind. Doesn't work. I was thinking you could give him the Santa, and then if Toxin activates Santa's effect, he has to draw 2, and that'll fix this issue where Hexy is going to deck out before Toxin. But Santa is an optional effect, so Toxin can simply not activate it. If he remembers to do that, if he's foolish and he's like, oh, activate draw 2, and then like doesn't realize that that now makes him deck out first, that would be kind of funny. But Toxin just content with summoning the Exiled Force and popping the Beta. Now Hexy has the field spell. He can bring back one of these magnets and then try and pop this Command Knight. What he's thinking. We know one of these cards, it's a Santa Claus, but that isn't really going to do much here. Taking his time thinking about something. Toxin 2 back row, 1 could be a dead Cyclone, potentially. Both could be a dead Cyclone, potentially. I imagine if he had 3 Cyclones, he would have put all 3 in against Magnet Warriors. So we've got Delta coming up. Delta, Beta, and Gamma. Highest attack monster into the Command Knight, so he takes the lowest amount of life for this attack here. If, let's see, Damage Step, he's got something. Hold up, Lost Wind. This Beta was special summoned, which means it's going to have its attack power cut in half. We got to deal with 50s. Oh no, it's down to 850. Which means we'll be taking a 1050 for this attack, which, uh-oh, that drops him down to 250. Which means that none of his magnets can now swing into this Command Knight. Can you use it on normal monsters, or does it have to negate? He can use it on normal monsters. Negate its effects, also its original attack to have. Also means that it's not required to do the first part to do the second part. So you just do either one of these parts and it's fine. So its original attack is going to be halved. It'll drop down to 850, which means that if my math is correct, this should be 1050 in damage. Which means that Hexy will be at 250. What you bench? And that's still 315. I don't have any more weights. I can't like put any more weight on the bar back there. So it like I literally like there's not enough space. I need like a bigger bar. But in order to get a bigger bar, I would have to get different weights because like the bar width is different. There's like 1-inch bars and then there's like Olympian bars. And so the one that I have is like this thick. But I'd have to get a bar this big, and then if I get a bar that big, I would have to literally rebuy 300 pounds in weights. So that'd be like $1,500, and it's just like, I don't really care enough to do that. I'm happy with 315. It's like a perfectly good bench. Yeah, not worth. We gotta go to Pasadena though. Pasadena and then probably Vegas. I'm still checking on Utrecht Giant cards, but we'll see. So that was, let me go and update the score here. That was, sorry, what happened? So lost 150. Oh, Hexy didn't have anything left. Okay. Or sorry, Toxin didn't have anything left. That's unfortunate because Hexy was in kind of a tough spot if he just survived that turn. Hexy didn't have enough life to do any more bouncing. Down comes Beta, activates the magnetic attraction to search any magnet from his deck, chooses the Delta, reveals Delta, reveals Gamma, second effect of magnetic attraction, searches the Valkyrie. That's actually the first time he's resolved this this match. Game 3, the only or unless I missed it. I've been reading chat and focusing on other things too. So unless I missed it, that's the first time he resolved the search for Valkyria. Don't like playing Valkyria. It's funny that some people like 0, some people like as many as 2. So magnets are funky like that. What are these skins? What is this monster? Oh shit, can they see my clicks? Whoops. I hope he doesn't think I'm like clicking random, but what is this monster? I mean, it almost looks like Blastsphere, but I don't know, it's like a weird background art for him. Hexy normal summon Gamma. We know that he had Delta, he didn't summon it. It's art I had made for custom card. Oh, okay, so it is a custom card. I was like, I've never seen this card. It's custom, that's why. Normal's Gamma, though. We know that he had Delta. So interesting that he chose to normal summon the Gamma here. Yeah, I need to remember. I actually probably shouldn't, like, commentate, like, give ideas and stuff, because they can probably hear me. And it might impact the outcome of the game. I don't know. But Hexa gonna take the 200 there. I guess hoping it wasn't a Command Knight. We've only seen, really, free Command Knight and Exiled Force from Toxin. That might be the only 3 monsters he has in the... Oh, and Zoma. But Rhoda for Command Knight. This could create the lock here. Yeah, I haven't been playing that much Speed Duel. I've been playing Halo Infinite and I can't help it. And then I'll continue playing it once the campaign drops. Sets a monster. Is that another Command Knight? I feel like he might normal summon if it was a Command Knight to get the lock and force Hexy to have like Book of Moon or something, but Hexy playing defensive as well. Oh, Breaker, of course, that was the other monster we've seen is Breaker. Books the Breaker, doesn't want the Breaker to potentially pop this card. I feel like that means that this might be a metaverse that he's trying to protect. Of course, he could just chain the metaverse. It's Widespread Ruin. There you go. That will pop. That will break this lock. I don't think we've seen this all game, so Toxin just didn't know to be careful of it. He will lose his lock because of it. Does he have something in the damage step? This Command Knight is only 16. He attacked into an 1800 attack monster. You friends ruling with you because what? What's going on? And ask the target, then crow the target and chain the activation. Can you crow chain to Zombina effect? Zombina died by a skill? This card is on his trigger by an opponent's card. No, the Zombina doesn't trigger from that is what they mentioned in the new updates. Because its skills do not count as card effects. They don't count as cards, so they don't count as card effects. So we've got Beta. Alright, I missed what just happened, but he does have the field spell and brought out another magnet here. I think he took 200. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, so he just did the math wrong and swung his 1600 monster into the 1800 defense. But down comes Sphere Creepo. Skull Servants would get wrecked by Acidity. Yeah, if they don't get, yeah. If it doesn't trigger Zombie anymore. But I don't see any other reason why Konami would clarify that skills are not cards other than to make sure that any card that reads it must be destroyed by a card effect will not be triggered by a skill anymore. So that's just unfortunately part of it. What's going on, Blaze? So we've got, oh, double Sphere Karibo. Oh, wait, no, it was just the one. Never mind. We saw Toxin have 3 Sphere Karibos last game. So here he has 2, and it does save his Command Knight. Toxin either has a 3rd Command Knight or he's got that Shadow Reborn to get the 2nd Command Knight out again. Will he risk attacking with it this time, though? Last time he was punished with the Widespread Ruin, losing one of his Command Knights. It may just be a sit on them and stall angle. But Command Knight, this is actually a deck that I wanted to play. I thought it would be a funny deck to try out. But down comes Exiled Force, targeting the field spell. No, it can only target monsters. Down goes Delta. So Hexy's got 6 cards to work with here. 7, actually, if you want to count the field spell, which is fair because it will special summon a Delta here and bounce cards. So special summoning the Delta. Down comes Santa Claus, breaks the lock. Hexy's got Book and Santas and Widespread Ruins, all to break the lock, which is definitely one of the problems that the Command Knight lock runs into now. Back whenever it was actually a thing, there wasn't a whole lot of removal in the game. This was back during Scar's format with S&D, but now there is a lot of removal in the game, which makes the Command Knight just not as consistent of a lock as it used to be. So Beta crashing into the Santa Claus is going to make Hexy lose 800 and then bounce the Santa, which he can now use on a later turn to continuously break this lock if he wants to. So definitely, I think if the Magnet players are running Santa Claus, this is a rough matchup for Toxin. Normal's Breaker immediately books it, doesn't want to lose his field spell here. Actually, 7 cards to 4, 8 cards to 4. Oof, Gamma into the set breaker. Beta into the Command Knight. This will cause Hexy to take the 200, but then bounce the Command Knight. Lost Wind to make Hexy take more damage here. Pretty much the only thing that that's going to do. And if he bounces it, so this Beta is going to get in and knock Toxin down to 200. Toxin can only summon 1 monster per turn, and he's only got 3 cards left. Will this be all we see from Command Knight today? Sets a card. That's the one he drew, I think. Resets the Command Knight. Needs to find a way to stop 3 attacks. Cyclone is dead. He has less than 1,000 life points. Beta into Command Knight. That'll be 200 and bounce the Command Knight. We are in the damage step. The Command Knight was split face up. Oh, right, and he swung with the Beta that actually is the lowest life. Cyclone, completely dead. There's the Exiled, there's the Command Knight. That's the match. Hexy moves on. I believe to play Ellie Tincan, who's been watching this match for quite some time. Are we done with the top? It looks like Paolo and Lexi, they had a ruling issue, so they're still going through with theirs. But let's watch Urchus and Keto. This is going to be not the quarterfinals, so we've got Hexy moving on. This is going to be top 8. And we've got Ursus at the top here. I do see that he has 1 win. And then we've got Keto here. Oh, if I can spell. All right. Yeah, I like this hosting the tournament from Dueling Book 2. I think Rook doesn't do it because you cannot seed your tournaments if you do this. And Rook likes to seed his tournaments. So it's so yeah, I like doing it through Dueling Book. It gives me, so I can pause the game, I can type to them, I can like click cards. Oh, it's so powerful. You get a purple name here. I don't know, I don't think you guys can see it, but your watch name whenever you're watching as the admin of the tournament is purple. So much power, dude. Oh, I love the power, dude. In the Speed Duel League, I have so much power. I can just delete your guys' comments and there's nothing you can do about it. And I almost have that much power whenever I run the admin for these tournaments. Here we go. Magnets again. From Keto. We are in the top 8, though. So we've got YZ here. Chilling in defense mode. No field spell up for Keto, though. That's really the only thing that you want to watch playing against Magnets, is the back row for the metaverses, and then the field spell. Beyond that, and then I guess the Valkyrion. Always be mindful, so no Valkyrion play can be made here. There's only one back row, and there is no field spell. So Keto, not in the best space, but he has the diffusion to send that YZ back where it came from. Did this motherfucker have a second Union Scramble? Okay, Ursus. Okay, dude. Union Hanger, 2 Scramble. Ursus things. But there we go. Y comes down, that fetches him a Z. I think that's his last Z, so all 3 Zs are out of the deck. 2100 into the 1600. Keto, I don't think, if he doesn't have a sphere here, that delta is gone. This will be 15. Keto on the back foot, and he's literally gone through 2 diffusions already. That is brutal. What a beast of a deck. 2 diffusions countered by 2 Union Scrambles. Feels bad. He just got 3 cards to work with. Ursus is going to have 5, potentially 6 if you want to count the field spell on his next turn. Down comes Beta. Now, I believe Keto has not activated the second part of his skill to search a Valkyrion, which possibly means the Valkyrion's already in hand, because he's not setting any, so these have to be monsters. And if they were a monster, he could reveal the Beta plus one other monster to get that Valkyrion. So more than likely, he's stuck with Valkyrions in his hand. This will be game if this goes through. He puts a card on top of his deck, redraws it. It's Valkyrion number 1. And an Alpha, yep, so he did have, that's Ursus taking the match 2-0, but he did have the Valkyrion already in his hand, unfortunately. So Ursus moving on to the top 4. We will see more of him. We've got Tin Can and Hexy. Who else do we've got? Let's check out Runwiz and Tetra. We already saw Hexy play. We know he's playing Magnets. So XYZ's in the top 4 confirmed. This is still the top 8. We've got Tetra at the top. I do see that he's already taken game 1, and he just took the match. 2-0. Why'd I give him 3? What was Tetra playing? Moth. Lame. Moving on. Are we stuck watching? Let's go back and check out Paolo and Lexi and just see what happened. We're going back to the top 16. This match got delayed because they had a judge ruling issue. It's 1-1, so this is the final game. Let's check out Paolo, the boy here. And let's see. Prize pool exactly $100 this tournament too. We had 16 people sign up, plus the $20 that are already in the pot to begin with. Oh no, what are we watching here? Well, now we know why this match took so long. It wasn't just the judge ruling issue. In general, these guys are playing very... I guess Serpent Knight I don't think is that slow of a deck, but Viral definitely causes some very slow interactions. Let's see, what is Laxi gonna do? He's got 4 cards in his hand. How many of those are dead Serpent Knight dragons? Looks like some... I don't know if we saw what got floodgated. I was busy with the scoreboard. But could be a floodgated Serpent Knight here or something. But it is Nightmare Wheeled, which means Laxi has 4 turns to get through this. Actually, does he? 1... Yeah, 4 turns. Starting with this one, he's got 5 cards to work with, 25% of his... Actually, let me make sure that math is correct. No, it's not. He runs 23 cards. No, 24 cards. 5, 9, 22, 23, 24, yeah. So almost 20% of his deck in his hand. What can he do? T-set and pass. I don't know if that's a sign of a bad deck or a good deck, is if you have 20% of it in your hand and you just T-set. I don't know what that's a sign of. Probably just a bad hand, to be fair. But Zombina doing work, just chilling in defense mode, threatening to bring back a Nidoria. And Laxi's just, or Paolo's content, just letting this Nightmare Wheel slowly chip away at Laxi. He set 2 monsters. One was a DD Crow, which will allow him to special, or normal summon, sorry. Straight into a Floodgate, but book. He's going to book his own Serpent Knight. The only reason to do this is so that it is not locked by the Floodgate trap hole after resolution. No, my friend, you need to chain that. What is what? Whatever. We're just going to assume he did it correctly. You do need to chain the... You cannot let Floodgate resolve and set the Serpent. I think he meant chain because he literally activated it right after the Floodgate was activated, but you cannot let the Floodgate set the Serpent Knight. Yeah, it's in chain. It's not after resolution. But Paolo knows. He knows. Just the quick chain, yeah. Lexi just mix both. That's fine. Yeah, chaining the book means the book sets the monster, and then Floodgate will resolve without effect because it can't change the monster to face down defense. It's already face down defense, which means now on Laxi's next turn, he can flip this Serpent Knight back face up unless Paolo's got a Nightmare Will here. No, okay. Well, he could also have a Nightmare Wheel in his hand that he just couldn't set because he had all 3 zones occupied. So still something he sets 1. And that's all I need. Will we see Paolo flip up and draw phase? The Nightmare Wheel. The Serpent Knight is back to being locked face down. Laxi back on the 3-turn clock here. Before this game is over, Paolo moves on, I think, to play Robin Bow in the top 8. Oh, yeah, Laxi took the damage during his turn. The damage is only dealt during Paolo's turn, the controller of Nightmare Wheel's turn. So Laxi needs a way out of here. He's already gone through 2 Serpent Knights. He may not even have a third. Breaker comes down, though. Excellent card. Will be able to use the counter here to pop this Nightmare Wheel. Now the Serpent Knight Dragon is free. He can flip it face up and activate his Nightmare Sonic Blast. Due to the most recent skill ruling changes, if this Zombina is popped, it will not trigger its effect as skills are not considered cards in the game state anymore. So this Zombina will not be destroyed by an opponent's card. At least that is the interpretation, at least that is the interpretation we're going by until Konami offers further guidance. Because they literally said skills are not cards anymore, or not considered cards. Which the only reason why you would do that is to not allow effects like Zombina to trigger, where it's just like skills do not count as cards. So their effects are not card effects. But here's the... I missed it. Did he not reveal the 2 monsters necessary to get a pop? Oh no. That means that this Zombina is still live. The Nightmare Wheel is gone though, so Laxi is not on the turn clock that he was on. So he can afford to not do anything this turn potentially. What is Paolo sitting on though? 4 cards in the hand. He's not activating his skill either. So I'm not sure if they're Viral Despairs. I feel like he would want to pitch those as early as possible. Get the deck out going. Make Laxi lose good targets. But normal summons Nidoria into the battle phase to swing into a breaker. Laxi thinking he can stop the attack. Why would he think on this? Okay, so he is going to book it. Interesting. I feel like that is a very obvious you must stop the attack, because if this Nidoria dies, he will get to pop the Serpent Knight with Nidoria's effect. And now we'd go back over to Laxi, and he wouldn't have a Serpent Knight here to do the skill effect. Here we go. Laxi looking for 2 or more monsters. There's the 2. Doesn't get the 3. You will not get both effects. Here, if you get 1, add one of the reveal cards to the hand. If you get 2, destroy a card opponent controls. If you get 3, apply both effects. And then he will get to stack these cards any way he wants. So he will not get the add. He will only get to pop 1 card in opponent's controls. He chooses the Nidoria. Okay. Possibly means he doesn't have a way to stop an attack next turn. Possibly he stacks the Silent Doom to the top of his deck. puts the 2 Apprentice Magicians. So next reveal, Laxi is guaranteed 2 monsters. I'm not sure if this Zombina was floodgated or what's going on. It's... Paolo could potentially just do what he did last turn with this Nidoria, where you could just swap the Zombina. Look to get into the breaker. I don't think that really does anything, though. It just gives him a Nidoria that's going to get popped. What does Paolo want to do? Same number of cards to both players, but Laxi's got his skill activated, which, if he reveals 3 monsters or more, is +2 every turn. Could have a shrine, true. What is Paolo thinking on? No Viral Despair is seen yet. His skill is Viral Infection, which allows him to pitch a card from his hand, call a type, monster, spell, or trap, and then Laxi will have to pitch the call type. So there's the Despair. Calls spell, he pitches 1 Despair, calls spell, Laxi will have to pitch 1 spell. Oh, no, he calls monster. Okay, that is the safer pitch. Potentially. We'll see. Oh no, Laxi had to pitch 1 of these Apprentice Magicians, which we just saw last turn was one of the ones that he stacked at the top of his deck. Which means I think Laxi just revealed that he only has 1 monster left in his deck. Is that... And yet it did shuffle the deck. Did he just reveal he only has 1 monster left in his deck? By pitching? Because both Apprentice Magicians were at the top of the deck. I guess it does... Maybe he could pinch the Apprentice because it does shuffle the deck, so it doesn't... Okay, he does have a breaker. Okay, never mind. He just pitched the Apprentice because why not? The most useless card left in the deck. 3+, ouch. And that was without stacking. Zombina dies, will not get its effect. Puts breaker on top. Tribute to the Doomed. Can destroy set cards. That's 9 Assailants gone. Pitches an Allure, summons breaker. This could be all the damage he needs. These 2 back row cards are going to need to be something good here. Breaker looking to pop it might be a foolish mistake. It is chainable. The odds of it being chainable were very high to begin with. Haunted Shrine. Exactly what he wants here. I think he can grab... Right, he can grab... Yeah, he can grab the Viral or the Zombina, most likely thinking on which one he wants here. He did forget to send tribute to the grave. It's continuous effect. Every turn he gets to discard a card. Destroy a monster on the field. So he does choose the Zombina. Which... we'll see if that's the correct choice. He could have grabbed the Viral Despair. So he specifically wanted the Zombina. Laxi... He might have been afraid of a second Tribute to the Doomed or something, some sort of way, because it was still in the main phase. He could have potentially had a second Tribute to the Doomed to destroy the Viral, so he wanted the Zombina, so that if the Zombina is destroyed, he'll at least get something for it. We did see Laxi thinking during that turn, so he had something in his hand in the main phase. It could be a second Tribute to the Doom. Paolo could have read that well. Yeah, I don't want to play any. I don't want to play against or as any of these decks. They're very grindy, I guess. Honestly, though, the same reason why I don't want to play XYZ is the same reason why I don't want to play these decks. It's just very like grindy. But there's Paolo pitching his second Despair from the Dark. Calling monster again. Laxi pitching his final Apprentice Magician. Good call. It's completely dead at that point. I mean, unless... Or I think he has an Old Vindictive, so I could have searched an Old Vindictive. He is going to crash the Zombina this time. Interesting. He didn't want to do it previously. But the Zombina is going to die there to that attack. Paolo will take 200. And now Paolo's going to get to decide what he wants to special here. I think it's obvious he goes for the Nidoria. The only other option is Night Assailant. Did Paolo ask K? What are we thinking on here? Paolo viewing his extra deck. I don't know why. I don't know what he was looking to special summon there. Zombie only special summons from the graveyard, Paolo. Brings out the Nidoria in attack mode, meaning he wants to swing again. And it goes through. Laxi, nothing. He's going to lose a Serpent Knight here. Still in the battle phase. He's going to Haunted Shrine to get back Despair here. This attack will be lethal. It's not exactly, sorry, it's 1200. Lax has 1100 left. Is Lax wondering? Oh no, okay. I was wondering if he was like trying to process what just happened, or if he was thinking about Kuriboy. That's gonna be the game though, Paolo. What a slugfest. Lax impressed with the moves. Impressive moves from Paolo. He definitely knows that deck well. Some people might have not seen that angle to get the win there, but Paolo's gonna take the grueling match. Here we go. Do we want to see Hexy, or do we want to see Robin versus Paolo versus Tetra? Let's watch Hexy and Ursus. So this is, now we're moving up 2 slots here. This is the top 4. Still in game 1. Ursus here, and we've got Hexy. So Hexy was able, we watched Hexy earlier. He did beat Tox in there 2-1. Now he beat his opponent in the top 8. Now he's in the top 4. So we got Magnets versus XYZ Unions. Was this? I think this was the first turn. Yeah, I think we just got the option to spectate the duel. So Ursus did not open Hanger. Bit of a misplay from Ursus, if I do say so myself. Hexy though, normal summoning the weakest Magnet Warrior. But he has all 3 in his hand, which means out come Valkyrion. Immediately booked. Interesting. Oh, okay. So that most likely means Ursus is going into... This is probably a Z or a Y. Ooh, top deck's Hanger, though. This could completely change things. But Ursus books this. He's going to go into the YZ Purple Boy, which allows him to discard 1 card to destroy a set monster on the field, which will be this Valkyrion. Unfortunately, Valkyrion's effect is not a quick effect to special summon the magnets from the graveyard. That would be, honestly, a really nice boost to Magnet Warriors, but... So there's the Banish, not using the skill. Down comes YZ. Will Ursus flip up whatever this is to do extra damage? YZ pitches a Y. Will remove the Valkyrion. Unfortunate for Hexy. Turn 1 Valkyrion already dealt with. Now this will be 3,600 life if he takes both of these attacks. He is just going to take both of them immediately. Drops him down to 400. Magnet Conversion. What the? Target 3 or lower, 3 level 4 or lower. Add them to your hand. So he gets back the 3 Magnet Bros. And then during either player's turn, starting next turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard to target a banished Magnet Warrior and special summon it. Okay. Also have a Magnet or Metaverse. Did he not add all 3? Target up to 3. He could have added Alpha. He chose not to. I guess he wants 1 in the graveyard so that he can special summon it with the field spell. The problem is that Hexy only has 400 life at this point. Magnet Warriors need to be able to bounce things with the field spell to be an effective deck. The field spell doesn't prevent damage, so we'll have to see how Hexy wants to bounce things at this point, because he doesn't really have a whole lot of life to work with. For example, he cannot bounce this YZ without losing the game. He would lose 600 life swinging this Gamma into this YZ. Okay, but that's why he left the Alpha instead of adding it to his hand, so he could special summon it with the field spell here. Gamma into Z. They will trade, and he will be left with an Alpha. Now we know that Ursus has Y and Z in here, so he could potentially have an X here. He does. Did he top deck? Did he shuffle his hand? Was that a top deck X? Hexy's just scooping the second the X came down. Brutal. Ursus getting through the... He didn't see Scramble, I don't think, unless he just didn't set it, and he didn't open Hanger. So, Hexy losing... And Hexy opened Valkyrion, which I'm wondering if that's actually a good or meh opening for Magnets. But regardless, Ursus, not the best hand, was able to win the game anyways. We go into game 2. Will Ursus see the best XYZ hand? And Hexy chose to go first. Possibly wants to try and interrupt the hanger play from Ursus. Delta comes down. Dumps an alpha, reveals a gamma and a beta to add the Valkyrion. Doesn't have anything to set. He has the field spell, he has the delta. Gets to special summon an alpha. We know that he has all 3 in his hand. What an opening from Hexy. He gets Valkyrion, the field spell, and a delta. What does Ursus have here? 5 cards to work with, sees the hanger. Needs an out to this Valkyrion. So, this will give him the Z from the deck. He can go into that same purple boy and possibly Book of Moon this Valkyrion. And then pitch a card to pop it. He is going into the purple dude. Does this foretell Ursus having a dreaded Book of Moon? Hexy does not want to see a book here. Sets a card though, doesn't activate book. Okay. He's just gonna swing into the delta. That's gonna bounce YZ. I think that shows Ursus has got a scramble here more than likely. Does he need? Yep, he needs a level 4 or lower. Kills Delta though, which triggers Delta's effect to summon a second Valkyrion. I don't know if Ursus was planning on dealing with that. I feel like Ursus guarantees has a scramble here. I don't know why he would sacrifice his YZ if he did not. But Ursus now staring down 2 Valkyrions. Will we see Scramble? There's Scramble. Get back the Z and the Y. Oh no. No hanger effect. No hanger effect? Are both of these Z's? Or did he not want to add? Oh, you out, Tetra? Stop watching this. Are so funny. Foolish to pitch the X. So he has access to the XYZ. Oh no. Activates another Union hanger. Maybe he only has 2 Z's in the deck right now, I guess? No, he added a Z. He's got to have the 3rd Z in his hand or something. I don't know why he wouldn't activate the hanger effect if he didn't. But there's XYZ. He has 2 cards that he can pitch. There's Y. And there's the Z. Both Valkyrions destroyed. Banishes Union Scramble to add an X. Hexy will not be taking any battle damage this turn. He needs to do this though. He's going to pop the field spell smart. Smart pop out of Ursus. Hexy has 1 card just like that. His entire army decimated. Ursus still has 2 cards on the board. What could he possibly see here to get out of this situation? Ursus will be able to pop whatever he just said. Hexy's still high on life. He will potentially get a second turn here unless this is a completely dead bluff and Ursus just normal summons a monster with 700 or more attack. Ursus thinking. He is going to declare XYZ's effect to pitch the scramble. Gotta feel bad getting rid of that, but it was a book. I believe he's chaining that. It doesn't matter, never mind. So that is going to be 28 to Hexy. 700 life. What could he see to get out of this? I can't think of anything that the Magnillus has. Unless it's another book. No, book wouldn't save. What could he have here? It's going to get popped, whatever it is. It's a diffusion, though. That's going to send the XYZ back. But Ursus does have the scramble in the grave. It's going to give him the Y. He's going to be able to normal summon it. And that's going to be the match. 2-0 to Hexy. or sorry, 2-0 against Hexy. Ursus moves on into the finals. Well played. Hexy will move on to the third place match though. Actually, I think I need to tell him to play a third place match. Yeah, because Dueling Book doesn't let me actually set up a third place match. So I'll make sure to tell them that Tetra in the top 4. So we are just waiting on Robin and Paolo. This is in the top 8. We just keep swapping between top 16, top 8, top 4, back to top 16. We got Paolo here. Down a game. To Robin. Robin Williams back from the dead. Taking names in speed duels. Let's see. I need to make sure the Hexy and them know to play their third place match. Hexy. Oops. Against the loser of Tetra and his opponent. So we got here XYZ. I know that Paolo's playing Viral Despair. This is the first time we've seen Robin, so he's up 1-0 against Viral. I would imagine that sounds about right. Viral probably doesn't have a very good matchup against XYZs because they can fairly easily pop cards, but he pops a Zombina. Gets back Nidoria. This is game 2. Second Union Hanger comes down. Where we went on? There we go. Okay. Adds the Y. Normal summons it. Hanger will then let him search a Z. We got in the grave here. Just a Z. Y banished. So, Paolo will have to make... I think Paolo's got to pop the purple guy here. Robin's giving him an interesting dilemma here. When this Nidoria dies, does he want to pop the purple dude or pop the Y, which will be protected by the Z? He's going to pop the Y. That's only going to save him 600 life. But not if he has a Haunted Shrine to get back to Zombina, which Y cannot get over. Good move by Paolo here, so he still gets to keep his Zombina, which will float into a Nidoria and float again off of the Haunted Shrine in the grave. I believe this Haunted Shrine was hit by this Cyclone, so rough hit for Paolo, losing the Haunted Shrine like that. But normal's a Nidoria. We'll just take the damage and pop the YZ. Now Robin's got 2 Zs. Oh no. What does he want to do here? I'm losing. I'm against it. Yeah, loser of your match plays Hexy for 3rd place. And then 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place all get cash, so. Union Hanger. Or sorry, Union Scramble. And then Union Hanger gets the Z out. I wish Viral Despair was funner to watch, but it is not. Now Robin has a Scramble in the grave that he can banish to get back one of these Zs. There we go, Y into the Zombina. Zombina floating into the Nidoria. Y into the Nidoria. Is Paolo thinking? He is thinking. What is he thinking on? Is he revealing that he has a Sphere Kribo? He's gonna let the Nidoria die. And he chooses to pop the Y that is protected by the Z. So that sends all 3 Zs into the grave. What does make these Ys only 1500 attack now? Paolo's setting a card, knowing that Robin can go into a YZ. Interesting. Now will Robin go into the YZ? No, we will summon X, okay. Attach the Y to the X. Potentially a Zombina. I've been thinking though, don't want to misplay against these stall decks. One misplay and giving them the tempo can be the end of the match. So Robin's really got to be careful with what he wants to do here. Was a Zombina, special summons a Nidoria. Y can still get over the Nidoria. And Paolo's going to choose the Y this time to pop. Paolo, only 2 cards to work with. He does have a Haunted Shrine in the grave, though. And a Zombina that he can bring back with that Haunted Shrine that will then float into a Nidoria. So, Paolo looking extra deck. Keeps forgetting Zombina only special summons from the graveyard. He's thinking. I feel like he almost revealed that one of these was a Sphere Kribo, but maybe not. Checking his opponent's extra deck. What? Let's go and take a inventory stock here for the XYZ. So he has Ys and then 3 Zs. He does have a Scramble he can banish. And the only thing banished here is the Scramble. What does Paolo want to do? Maybe we should add time limit to these. This is only game 2, so if Paolo wins this, we may potentially have a game 3 here. Ooh, okay, Viral Infection. Pitches both Night Assailants. These will form a chain. He's supposed to wait until after Viral Infection resolves, but that's fine. Paolo he's picking traps. What do you say? Once per turn. I don't know, did I misread it? Skills are not card effects. Does Night Assailant say it has to go to the graveyard by a card effect? It doesn't say if this card is discarded. When this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard. Yeah, it just says when this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard. Okay, I was thinking I misread the cards for a second. So, when this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard, this card sends them, right? Yeah. What is he saying? Doesn't matter. Night Assailants. See, I can type in here. That's so cool. Night Assailant will trigger. I always say it doesn't matter. Unless I'm misreading something here. Give me over here. When this card is sent from the hand to the graveyard. That's all it says. Target one card is except the graveyard, return that target to the hand. Yeah, so he doesn't have any traps though. Oh no. Effectively got nothing off of that. No traps. That means that one of these 2 cards is Robin's 3rd Scramble. Rough matchup though, because what does Paolo call if not traps? I think he wanted to get rid of the Scramble, but even if he sends the Scramble to the grave, it still has a graveyard effect. If he calls spells, he sends a Union Hanger, but Robin already has one of his Union Hangers. If he calls monsters, Robin gets to send X's and shit, and I mean XYZs get to use their grave, so it's kind of like Paolo's entire strategy doesn't really work. It forces his opponent to send stuff to the grave, but XYZ Unions have almost full access to their grave. So discards traps, then spells, then GDs doesn't have any traps, unfortunately. Doesn't have any, and he can't call monsters. I wonder what Paolo's set here. Robin is going to have access to a YZ if he wants to pop this Night Assailant. But he will not be able to do damage for the turn, because he will have to use the skill to get out that YZ, unless he sees a Z. No, he doesn't. I forgot. All 3 are in the grave. Yep, Robin will have to forego damage this turn if he wants to pop this Night Assailant, or he can swing the X, and the Night Assailant won't be able to destroy the X because the Y will protect it. Looks like he's going to do the skill. So Paolo will guaranteed live this. Oh, never mind. He's going into XYZ. Okay. Paolo with 3,700 life. Cannot do what? Skill does not allow banishing. Oh, did he banish from the... What you doing? I'm gonna let it go through because he can just bring up the Y. So he shouldn't have banished like that, but he can just activate Y's effect to bring it into monster zone and then banish all three. So I'll let it go through. As just like he can do the play he did, he just did it wrong. And I'm not enough of a nitpick to be like, oh, let's see if he knows to do that or not. But so he does have access to XYZ, he just did it wrong and maybe skipped a step. So Paolo thinking though. What does he want to do? We know that he has one Knight Assailant. He could loop and try to get a card out of Robin's deck. He should have potentially a Union Hanger that he can pull out of the deck. I think that that's a play to make just because what else are you really going to do? Because the Knight Assailant will fetch another Knight Assailant. So this is a Knight Assailant, this is a Knight Assailant. He can pitch one, call spell, rip a card out of Robin's deck. Probably not going to matter, but it's just, it leaves him with the same... They felt the execution true. But we'll see. What does Robin want to... Or sorry, what does Paolo want to do? The Knight Assailant's going to get popped. 150 prize pool. You're switch on to the side. It's a 100. Where are you seeing 150 plus? Where are you seeing 150 plus? It's 100. So he pitched two cards. Two monsters. Robin gets his X, so he will be able to make another XYZ the following turn. But we'll have to use his skill. Ooh, Obelisk the Tormentor. Paolo? Did he not want to have his Knight Assailant popped? What? Why didn't he loop one of... He could have gotten back one of his Knight Assailants, no? That's weird. Did he just forget to do that? What did he say? 150 in the tile? Oh, did I not change my stream tile? God, I'm so bad at streaming. Holy. So bad at streaming. Oh, true, it is mandatory. You can't just choose not to. Yeah, it being mandatory is the only reason the Knight Assailant doesn't miss timing on viral infection. Because it's a win effect, but it's mandatory. If it was a win you can, then Knight Assailant would miss timing on viral infection. Yeah, Blaze took the 50. Ask him for it. So Paolo does want to bring out the Despair. Chilling in defense mode with 3,000. Robin will have to get rid of. He only has 3 cards left in the deck, and Paolo's gonna get to start ripping stuff. Does he pick 2? I feel like XYZ's is such a mapped out deck that if he was smart enough, I shouldn't say smart enough, that might be mean, he could figure out what 2 cards are missing. So let's see if we can figure out what 2 cards. Yeah, Foolish is 1. He only pitched 1 card. So there's a Foolish. He set 3. Oh, never mind. Setting 3 is tough. How many monsters we got? 2 X's, 1 Y, 2 Z's, 3 Z's, 2 Y's. Or 3 Y's, right? No, okay. Yeah, so 2 Y's, 3 X's, 2 Z's. We have a Cyclone, a Hang. I think it's spells. Right? What else do they run? Because he's got like Offerings, Foolish. It's gotta be spells. If, actually, I probably shouldn't be saying this. Now Paolo's like, oh wait, I wanted to call spell. I think he just pitches his whole hand and calls spell. Because his hand will regain the Knight Assailant. But it could possibly... Does Paolo have another Haunted Shrine? Is this just game anyways? Because Robin has Scramble... Oh, no, he doesn't. What the fuck? He already lost his... Never mind. He can scramble back these monsters. No, in the end phase, he can scramble back monsters. And then he will draw, and he will have 2 cards, and XYZ can literally machine gun his back row. And we know that this is a Night Assailant. Hold on, though. Okay, it is a book. Yeah, I think, oof. Yeah, I think, let's see, what is this? There's a monster. There's the spell. See if he just called spell. I think he just loses here, though. No, he doesn't. There's no scramble. Oh, okay, there's the scramble. Never mind. I had a feeling. I was like, I think he should just pitch his whole hand because this has to be scramble. Whenever, was this the game where Robin called no traps? I think it was. Maybe, I think Paulo might have miscalculated there and needed to pitch his whole hand and pray that it was spells left in the deck because he was going to lose that turn 100%. But unfortunate. Robin moves on, or unfortunate for Paulo. I shouldn't make it sound like I have a bias or anything. So we have top 4 here. Robin versus Tetra. Ursus waiting for the winner. Hexy waiting for the loser. Let's bring in Robin. We'll actually... Let's wait and see who hosts the actual match. So, we're waiting on Tetra and Robin to get into a match. There we go. They're in. Let's see who's at the top. Okay, so yeah, Robin's at the top. We gotta swap them over. Robin Williams doing my childhood memories justice by making it into the top 4 here. No time limit. We've got Moth versus XYZ Unions. I kind of want Tetra to win solely so that we do not have a XYZ versus XYZ finals. But oh, this is the last month. This is the last month that you can top. Yeah. Win a box 17. It's only like 5 days out. Robin opening hanger. Gonna fetch a Y. Normal to Y, fetch a Z. And then always gotta pay attention to what they do here. What just happened? There's no way he has all 3 Z's in his hand. Okay, he's going for it. Is Neo in here? What's up, buddy? The format changed a bit. I would say that Moth and XYZs were not hit as hard as maybe Konami was hoping they would be. And then IC is pretty much dead. I don't even think anybody attempted to play that this last Win-A-Box. And then TP is also pretty much dead. I couldn't, like, I'll leave the door open. Maybe somebody can figure something out, but it doesn't seem like there's anything, so. Nope, IC's gone, TP's gone. Moth is still good. XYZs are still good. And then SPA, people are playing a lot of, and it's like okay-ish. And then a bunch of stall strategies, unfortunately. Rat box. Let's see, so. Book on the Paranoid, okay. Tetra asking chain here. This is important. This will determine if the Paranoid stays in the hand or gets popped and goes to the grave. So, Robin chooses to have it get popped and go to the grave. Does Tetra have a Moth? And he does. So, Robin thinking here. Can use his skill. Yep, he is going to. Gets out a purple boy here. Now, I feel like he wouldn't do this unless he had Scramble or Book of Moon. So I'm gonna assume this is Scramble. This could be a Cyclone out of Tetra here. I guess I'm thinking like old school. Nope, it's a Zoma. I was about to say that or it's a Zoma, because this is the new Moth. Up comes on standby phase. Robin has something. What could this be in the standby phase? Scramble? Yep, there it is. Afraid of an OTK, I guess? I don't know. What hit X was it? Oh, yeah, I think somebody mentioned it. Where was it? No free props, yeah. They didn't hit XYZ directly, they hit it indirectly. By changing how skills work, you can now respond to the summon of a monster via a skill. So now you can like bring out the purple dude and it can get floodgated, diffusion, booked, and then go over to your opponent's turn. Whereas before you had to chain to the purple boy would guarantee get to activate his effect, which at that point, unless they have Lost Wind, is guaranteed to resolve. So kind of an indirect hit to XYZs, but it did hit XYZ and at least bring them more in line. So now you can respond to the summon. I'm thinking here, down comes Cyclone. Is he chaining? What's going on? Why is the scramble still here? Okay, he hit the scramble. Or he hit the hanger so that the scramble doesn't, or so that the hanger doesn't activate on the scramble special summoning Y. Okay, second part of the skill, shuffle back in the Paranoid, draw card. What does Tetra want to do here? He's probably hoping that Robin does not have an X on his follow-up turn. But something's telling me that Robin does. Just by how nonchalant he was activating the screen. I guess he was maybe afraid of a Night Beam, but I have not seen too many Night Beams in Moth players' decks anymore, especially ones that flip up a Zoma on the end phase. But we'll see. Down comes the Paranoid, though. Tetra will get to summon Moth, so he'll have 2 Moths out in the Zoma. Allure, will he be pitching his entire hand? He will. Or no, sorry. He banishes the Nidoria, sets a back row. Now this will not be lethal. So, does Robin have an X to get out of this? This might be one of the only times in your life where you want to see your X. Robin does not. Game 1 goes to Tetra. Game 2. Not bad. He did see his Paranoid, though. I think he shuffled the Paranoid back and top decked the Paranoid. Both of them thinking on their side here. Actually, no, Tetra's typing. Yeah, only deck you want to see your X. Ooh, Robin doesn't play that much. Yeah, I think he's Robin Bow in the Discord. So sometimes you just have to miscape completely just because you want to wrap up the match. Oh, is Tetra talking about going for the aggressive play? Hurry up inside, Tetra. What time is it? I was going to work out today, but I guess not. Man, these guys are really thinking about what they want to side here. Don't want to accidentally put in the wrong card. He has a 450 rating on Dueling Book. I have like a 100 rating on Dueling Book because I do not play on Dueling Book. Holy, did we lag out or something? Alright, Robin's done siding. Come on, Tetra. You're playing Moth. It can't be that hard to side. Alright, Robin chooses second. This is new Moth, though. I think it has plays turn 1. Doesn't just pass like old Moth would. I think they can like set Zomas or something funky. There we go. There's your 1 Zoma. Over to Robin. Host side. So I guess this could also be like a diffusion or something. Robin thinking on drawing. What could he... I wonder if Robin's lagging. Or if something happened. Girlfriend nagging him or something. Are you on that Yu-Gi-Oh game again? Babe, I'm in a tournament. I told you! Monday nights! No Yu-Gi-Oh! Babe, it's a free tournament. I'm playing for like $100. Babe, I opened Hanger. Come on, I gotta play this game. Babe, please. No, but out comes Hanger. He's gonna get to search a Y. We've seen this play a million times, unless this is your first time watching Speed Duels. Down comes Y. Second part of Hanger, search a Z. And now, always got to pay attention. If he banishes here, or if he leaves these monsters on the field. If he banishes them to contact fuse into a YZ, and then sets back row, probably means that he has scramble. If he leaves them on the field, probably doesn't have scramble. But he is going to the purple dude, sets the back row. Now, only setting one back row, I don't know. Maybe that's not scramble. But if he set like 3, oh yeah, he's got scramble. Attacks Tetra directly. This would be 21 if Tetra takes it. He's thinking. I'm not sure what he's thinking on. What, is he going to flip up a Zoma to eat the attack? Nope, defusion. Okay. So we'll send that YZ back into the deck. Did Robin hang on to a Book of Moon? He did not. Ooh, Chains, Parasite, Paranoid. Hold up. Yeah, that's fine. Chains the Paranoid. Paranoid resolves, equips to the YZ. Diffusion resolves, sends the YZ back. Pops the Paranoid as it is an equip card. Special summons the Moth from the deck. Standby phase. I think this is Scramble. Yep. Gets the YZ down. This is exactly what happened last game. But Tetra had the Paranoid. So will Tetra win this game the same way he lost last game? Is he going to top deck the Paranoid here, or already possibly have it in hand? He has 2 cards in hand. Get out a second Moth. Now, interestingly enough, the skill was nerfed, and I think the erratas are on Dueling Book now. Yep. So he cannot normal summon or special summon other monsters the turn that he activates this skill. So, this tributing skill. So he's summoning Kaiku, cannot activate the skill. The tributing portion of the skill disturb. But there's Kaiku. Kaiku, good counter deck card against XYZ unions. They cannot banish from their graveyard. Actually, let me read. Yeah, opponent cannot banish cards from either graveyard. He can still banish from the field. So for example, he could banish this Y and this Z to make a YZ, but he cannot banish from the graveyard. So swings into Y. Z protects it, swings into the Z. So Robin cannot use these materials in the graveyard right now. Unless he has a way to deal with this Cocoon. He did not Book of Moon his YZ earlier whenever it got diffusions. So it is possible that he does not have a book to book this Kaiku, unless he just top decked it. So release grow, true. Kaiku in general, I've seen a lot of Moth players be running Kaiku. A lot of Moth players running Kaiku. It has a decent amount of uses in this meta right now. Robin thinking, what is he going to do? Doesn't have access to his graveyard right now. Cannot banish anything while this Kaiku is on the field. Facing a Moth, and Tetris still has his Paranoid if he sees it. Second Union Hanger. Second Union Hanger. This will give Robin at the very least YZ, which could potentially swing over this Kaiku. Sistro. Robin also has 4 cards in general to work with. Surely he's got something that this Kaiku does not shut off. What is taking Robin? So I feel like the plays should be straightforward here. Going and going and going. Search the Y, summon the Y, attach the Z. Go into YZ, probably the only plays that he has now. Unless he wants to like summon an X, go into an XZ. Normals? Did he not search a Y with Hanger? I guess he just wants to summon the Z. And then just do that so he doesn't have a Z body or a Y body. I don't know, that seems, maybe he wants that. But we'll go into the YZ here. Sets 1 back row. He's going to look to get over the Kaiku here, which will free up his graveyard again. So this kind of a downside is Tetra does have the Kaiku, but I'm not really sure how many tools Moth has to protect the Kaiku. Flips up the Zoma. 2 cards. Tetra looking for a Paranoid here. Make sure the scoreboard's right. Yep. Moth. He does have the Paranoid. That was a long think on that Paranoid. But there we go. Paranoid down. Robin not even wasting a second. Immediately sends it to the grave. What in the flying? Oh no, Tetra has the second Moth in his hand. So he can't tribute unless he wants to tribute to bring out a Paranoid, I guess. Which he just doesn't want to do. He's going to crash this Moth into this YZ. Robin's going to take it. That's going to send this Paranoid to the grave. And should be special summoning this Moth from the hand. This will be lethal if this attack connects. Union Scramble to stop it. And now I'd say tempo shifts back over into Robin if he can get an X out. This is the problem that Moth has with XYZ, is if they're able to get off a scramble and find the XYZ follow-up to pop your Moths, the game can get very awkward. Does he have a scramble? Yeah, he will have exactly 3 cards. Eventually 4, I think. Let me see. What does this say? I do 1 Union Scramble per turn. So yeah, he can potentially have 4 cards here to pitch if he wants to. Goodbye. Goodbye, Moths. Banish a scramble. Goodbye, Union. Or goodbye, Zoma. He did choose the X, so he has a follow-up XYZ again. Now, Tetra takes no damage that turn. What can Tetra do to get out of this follow-up from Robin? I don't think anything. Kept the... Oh, did he discard a Cosmic? Yeah. There we go. Brings back Scramble. Or did he open? He had to have seen that. Pitch is a Scramble. That is going to do it. We're at 1 apiece. For some reason, I was like clicking down here. Ooh, I can cancel this duel. That's one of the options. I don't think you guys can see it, but I can cancel this. Invalid. He sees an X off the top. Are you kidding me? Cancel duel. We'll do that if Ursus opens Hanger Scramble game 1 and then does it again game 2. Cancel duel. Pokemon Battle. This is Duel Links. This is Duel Links battle music. I think it's one of the Tower songs. Although I should honestly probably use Pokemon music. I think that'd be pretty hype. Pokemon has some pretty sick OSTs. Elite Four theme, yeah, true. I could do that for like a finals. Cynthia battle theme or something. Gen 5 Elite Four? I played Gen 5, but I literally don't remember much from it. I just remember I never played the second one. I played only Black and White. I didn't play Black and White 2. I got like halfway through, I think, White 2, and then my friend asked to borrow my game, and he never returned it. So, oh well. There we go. So, Tetra made Robin go first. We will see what Robin opens here. Does he see the Hanger plus Scramble, or will we just see a T-set? I think that's literally the 2 plays that XYZs have. Is they either have... Well, it doesn't even see a monster. Oh, no. What is he setting here? Down comes Kaiku, locking down Robin's graveyard. Without a monster, XYZs have no plays. All of their cards revolve around trying to get a monster out. Something with a monster, unless they have like offerings or books for protection. Which a lot of players are foregoing the offerings, from what I've seen. Did Robin see a monster, or is he just going to hard brick game 3 and send Tetra to the finals? Open those spells. Possibly. Okay, there's his monster. He sets it. Sets another back row that he didn't set last turn. Interesting. Tetra bringing up the Zoma. Full control. of this match right now has Tetra. Tetra, second Kaiku. That graveyard is going to be locked for probably the rest of this game. Which is a shame because this monster looks to be going to the graveyard. Books one of the Kaikus, okay. Robin had a crap hand, so he may just have a bunch of Book of Moons here and can get out of this. Soma into the face down. Robin typing. Damage step. Lost Wind will cut the Zoma down to 900. Which means Tetra's taking 400 here and the Z will live. Kaiku into the Z. That will finally go through. So Robin losing 3 cards in that exchange. You can see now Tetra 6 cards to 3. Union Hanger, that's a start. With or without the Kaiku, that'll allow him access to the YZ. Union Hanger searches the Y. He normal summons the Y. Union Hanger then equips the Z from the deck. Diffusion, yep, there we go. We'll see if Robin plays around it or not. This could be a diffusion. Maybe shouldn't say that in case Robin's watching, but he is going to fuse off into YZ here. Will it be diffused? Will he have the opt? It will be diffused. Tetra was clenching his butthole the entire time he saw that YZ on the field, praying that Robin goes into a purple boy. Night beams the back row. I think that'll do it. And Tetra takes game 3, sends him into the finals. Robin is not out. He is going to play his third place match against Hexy to see who gets third place prize money.